satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. coming forever. For every passing moment left, I need an angel to save me from my fate. I need an angel to light the sky along the way.
There's one downside about living in the center of the UK. It's the highest rate of radiation on this tiny, pitiful rock.
What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Oof. So I figured I'd get some tunes going for a little while there. Sorry about being away, but gotta hang out with the family, you know what I mean? Gotta do that house stuff kind of deal. And hopefully YouTube doesn't get pissed off at me for playing music again on my stream. But who cares? So I'm not sure what price I want to wait for, but I'm definitely waiting a little bit. I have a price set for $76.21 to buy. It's just now past noon, and therefore it's in that dip period. So if you buy too early, you can regret it, you know? Like now it might seem like a good time, you know, it might go up a few bucks. And then you're like, oh man, I better get on it now. And then it dips $200, and you're like, ah, if I would have just waited 15 more minutes. So today we're gonna have some patience. The last time I streamed was like 9 days ago, and I bought way too high, way too high. Then after that, Bitcoin dipped. I think it got down to like 5,800. It was a pretty big dip. But it has since returned, and since that return in about 24 hours, I think I've made only like 60 some bucks, but not too bad, not too bad considering I'm only working with a little bit here. But as you can see, buying I don't want that. That was weird. But you can see buying lower than what you had previously sold it at is very beneficial. As you can see, I'm starting to develop more Bitcoin as I go on. 70, so that's just 704, 734, 743, 764. So I'm going on up, moving on up to the east side, get myself a piece of the pie. I don't remember the rest of the song, so I apologize. So yeah, it did go up a few bucks, but I'm expecting it to continue going down. Usually does till about a little after 2 most of the time. Depends on the day, you know? Depends on the day.
Everything we believe,
Boom! Banned me from the day trading, or from from the Reddit how-to. I'm gonna get right back on there. Ain't fucking around. I'll pull out the dude. I'll pull out the beat commander hat on them. I got it. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. I'll get him. I'll get it done.
silver screens, believing everything we come to see. Go outside, it feels so good. We're loving and hating and making scenes. Now we just see everything we believe.
77, 78. Insufficient for what I want. I don't think it'll get to 76.21. I just have it sit. God, I keep clicking on that. But I think it. I just put that on there, just in case there was some kind of massive dip. But I don't think it's gonna actually get down there. Maybe 77.50 would be a better bet. Because this was like a midnight dip, and that was a big dip. What do we got here? From actually, you can kind of go farther back from the start of the dip at about 11:30. 79.03 to 75. Oh, so maybe like a $400 dip, we'll call it. Oh yeah, you know, it's a good one, but I don't think it'll happen during the day, unless there was a minor correction of Bitcoin. Quite a bit of buyers now, though. But I'm still gonna wait. If I see a big dip, I'll grab it, but time to wait kind of thing. Alright, I'll be right back.
wanted to run, we wanted to fall together. Back then our world seemed so clear, we grew so bright, shimmering lights around us. We take flight into the sky. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. You will see. You will see. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. Take my hand, I'll lead you on into the stars. We'll ride away from all the wars, close the doors and disappear again. And I don't know how many times I've said that this is not the end, and we will make it out of here alive. Oh, alive. Alive. Oh, alive. Alive. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. You will see. You will see. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. How many worlds would you cross to use the light that's right in front of you? There is no light on the other side. I say, look straight ahead and you will see. You will see. Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe.
All right.
Now I'm the only one.
So yeah, I mean right now it's going down. It started the dip early. Started the dip at at about 9 there, which is a little earlier than usual. Usually it's about just about 11, but every day varies. Every day does vary a little bit. Hey, thank you for subscribing. So it's kind of weird right now. I'm kind of in a weird position. Yeah, all the buyers just backed out. They backed out to 78.01. And there's a lot of Bitcoin wanting to be purchased there. The dip could be coming back up. That's the thing, though, is it started so early today. It started like maybe upwards of 2 hours early. Maybe even 3 in some days, I suppose you could say. And usually it'll go at noon. You can see right here about noon. This is 11 though, but you can see at noon it goes down. It goes down to about 2, usually. Of course, the times are never exact, and every day varies. Sometimes, you know, an hour or something, but then it usually goes back up. So there's like an hour at which it usually will continue to go down. And that's the thing about patience, is like you see it going up right now. You see a lot of buyers. You see it going up. I mean, it raised from, well, I guess if you count the bottom of the shadow, which I usually really don't, because shadows are kind of a bonus. I actually got a shadow buy earlier on this purchase right here. That was really nice. I mean, the sudden price drops, that could be anything. There's so many variables of what could be the price drop. I mean, it varies, like time of day, news, trend, which I guess you could put into the time of day category, but just for me to count higher and look smarter. It could be you know, maybe there was a big jump on another on a different exchange, and people were sending it over to get in on that. But usually the exchanges are just about the same. Sometimes you can go onto a different exchange and the price might be $40 higher, or it might be $40 lower, or something like that. It's usually about the same, though. It's usually not too crazy, like the difference on exchanges. I think they work together to try and find a similar price, but I guess once you get the market going, you know, like once you get the market going, you know, you can't stop it, you know. Like, his gdax just couldn't correct the price and be like, oh, it's worth 8,000. Because everybody would be like, no, it's not currently, and then they would sell it off and it would get to 78.29 anyway. So these are what, you know, it's demand. But yeah, the order book, you can kind of see some things. See, now it might go down. This is where the patience might actually kick in. Baby's freaking out. 173 to sell. And now that 100 some Bitcoin I saw just a minute ago, it's just gone. So somebody backed out. That was probably a ton of people's Bitcoin or something. Or one person with a bunch of it. Because these order books here, this isn't like individual people. Like, so this isn't one person with 173 coin. It could be a lot of people. And this is always big. Like, this is always will change things too. Is like when you see like 100 up here, then you got 40 down here, 173, whatever. Sometimes they round for easier. So like these prices keep buying up. So if this price gets bought up here, I have the aggregation pretty high actually, so it looks a little different. But like once this gets bought up, it's gonna go to 78, 27, 28. Like that gets bought. And so that's when the price jumps, is when these get knocked out. You can see that they're all different prices. So if this got bought up 78.28, it would jump down 8 cents. And then like what happens is like people will jump in. They'll try to get ahead of people because this has 170 Bitcoin right here. So if you put your sale like up here right now, like if you were like, okay, I'm gonna sell it for 78.30, and let's say 78.33, you're not gonna sell. It's probably not, unless these people here decide to take their bids out and place them up higher, because that means all this Bitcoin would have to sell. Check out Litecoin real quick. I actually have $700 being moved into gdax right now, or Coinbase rather. So that's pretty nice. So I was thinking of actually buying quite a bit of Litecoin. I'm surprised it's still going up. There was a good little chunk there. It went down. Not sure where I'm going to buy in. It's been going down since about 9 o'clock. Well, that's not too good. But I still think it's pretty bullish, though. Considering, like, 2 days, 2, 3, 4 days ago, it was in the 6,000s. At one point, it was 5,800. Just because it dipped. And that was because of the Bitcoin Cash thing. The SegWit, like, 2x, B2X was canceled. So everybody took their money back out of Bitcoin. They were trying to get their free coins, their split. So they took their money out of Bitcoin. Alright, let's see where we're at. Alright, I can dig that. Pretty low. Dipped at 78.01, 78. Quite a bit ready to be poised to purchase at 77.75. That might be a better retarget. Let's check lower. 78.75. Yeah, I doubt I'll be able to get it 77.21. That's still a little too low. Yeah, in terms of the price dipping, the reason why it drops is a fluid mystery, you know, of inapproachable science. It just supply and demand throughout the day. You know, and of course, like, you have to think that, like, gdax is available in Asia. Well, Europe, I know it's Europe. The Americas, and I think some of Asia, like Russia and various others, like I think South Korea can use it, and Japan. Not China. It's banned in China. So, you know, you see a dip like every day, you know, around noon, or sometimes a few hour difference, and it's always like that, kind of like every day. And you know, it'll rise till then and then dip. Depending on if it's in a serious bearish time, then otherwise it might not. But even still, like, it'll dip in those relatively same periods, and I think that's like due to you know, on the other side of the world, it's 12 hours later, you know, and you know it's nighttime for everybody, so they're all selling for the night, hoping that they can purchase it when they wake up at an earlier or at a lower price. So it's the world moving as one. News will make it go down or up, depending on how good it is and stuff. Kind of thing, so. You know, I mean, I could probably buy in right now at 78. And then set it to sell at like 79.70 or 79.75. And it should get up there at some point. Let's see where it was earlier today. 79.74. So a good point would be, I don't know, I like to give myself a little leeway just to make sure that I get that sale. So at 79.70 would be a plenty good price. If you want to be a little bit bold, you could go over that, you know. 8,000 right now is probably not going to happen. Maybe tomorrow, you know, but even still, I like to give myself a little leeway. Even if I miss like 30 bucks, you know, at the top. One, because you can never call that anyway. Otherwise, you'd be Dionne Warwick and the Psychic Friends Network. But two, just because you just don't know. I mean, like, you're not psychic, you don't know. So if you miss 30 bucks, not a big deal, as long as you made some money. You can never call the exact amount anyway, so. You know, because if you had it set to sale at 79.80, you just wouldn't have made a sale today. Like, you would have had to settle for lower, you know, at some point. So that wouldn't be bad. That'd be 190 or 170 difference, which is pretty good. And depending on how much Bitcoin you have, you can just kind of do the math as to how much you would make. So far, a pretty slow day, but yesterday was really good for me. So far today has been okay, but overall pretty slow. I could be making some micro trades too. Like I could have, like purchased in here and sold up here. It's just hard to tell when to do that. So I'm just using the big trends at the moment, and the big trends being, like the time of day at which it typically goes up and down. And for the past day, yesterday, I guess you could say I was trying kind of a different strategy. I was trying to get away from micro trade a little bit, and instead I just had a lot more patience and waited for a low point, a really low point in the day. So each trade took me, a few hours. I wasn't sitting there watching the whole time. So like I just made my trade way lower than I normally would have picked it up by a fairly significant amount. And then just waited, I just went about my day. right, what are we at? 77.81. Pretty good. Little bit of buyers creeping up in there, but still not too bad. Still not too many buyers. I mean, we got about equal there, 29 within a buck of each other. So the times of day at which Bitcoin will move is largely dependent on the population, depending on where they're at on the globe. You know, because opening day for trading somewhere in the morning is the end of the day somewhere else, so... Wonder if I should stream day trading on Twitch. Might be better. I don't think there's like an actual, you know, like what would you even tag that as? Just in real life? Oh my god, I'm actually looking at Twitch now. House Flipper, the game. What the hell? Who knows? Could be the lowest I get it. 77.81. Don't know. If only I had a magic vision of what will happen next on the price chart, huh? There's a good amount of buyers, but they're all poised at like different prices. 77.81. Price start going up now. I'd probably hop in now. Some sellers at 78.20. I don't know if this is going to be a big movement day like yesterday was. Yesterday was like a huge day for movement. See, like it would just, I mean, it would drop like $150 and then go up $150 and then drop $150. Yesterday was easy. Today's a little bit more difficult to tell when to get in. I mean, it has been dipping since 9, so that could either, I mean, that's always the thing, you know, about trading. Is like that could mean that it could continue dipping. In the long run, I believe it'll always go up. I don't think Bitcoin is going to get defeated anytime soon. But it could continue going down for the day as people are sort of losing morale for a higher price for an 8,000 kind of thing. Like, look at a shorter chart here. So it's not really gaining or losing here. A bunch of sellers just jumped in there. Or rather, a bunch of Bitcoin. So that'll combat that. But a ton of buyers too. Hard to tell. Wait a little bit here. You got it at 77.90. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about it. I think it might go up with just a bit here. Could 31 buyers starting to get in there, but these people have to back off to affect that price though. They have to get out of there. And then maybe shoot to 77.88. I know 8 Bitcoin is not a lot compared to 32 there. Shifting down there. Yeah, there's a ton of price shifting for sellers. I wonder what they're doing, if they're backing off or what. Let's see, 77.82, 9, 803s are turning to a 1 minute. Yeah, it's just even. Ain't going nowhere. Don't want it to go down though. Always that lower price. Always want that lower price. That means you buy more Bitcoin. Even if it's just a little bit, you want that lower price. Because let me give you an example of what happens here. When you always buy for less than you sold. So I have 704 Desa Bitcoin. I guess you can't see it because of the notepad. So I gotta wait for a second here. So you can see here, I sold 23 hours ago at 78.55, and then purchased at 77.64. So I actually purchased one more mil of Bitcoin there, so 73 to 74, and then sold, and then purchased. Sold for 79.79, and then purchased for over $200 less than that. So that brought me up to 76 there. And with this, I'd have 77. So it keeps going up, and you just keep, you know, up in that multiplier. Oh, price is going up. So there's that. I guess I could keep a notepad over here. And there's a little square, yeah. $239 buyers? You mean like 27 Bitcoin? Where are you seeing all the buyers at? I wonder why they have margin trading on here. Like, margin trading is currently not available for this product, and you can try that on all of their coins. Or maybe it is for, like, euros or something. Oh, it's not available in my region. Not available. Yeah. I didn't think so. It's currently not available for this product. Doesn't say for your region. Like, why do they even have the button if you can't margin trade? I don't really... I just never got that. I find that a little silly. Well, you don't really see if the price will rise or not, or go down. You just kind of look at the order book, really. It doesn't always help though. Like, I mean, you need the trend of the chart. You need the order book as well. A little bit of it's guessing, you know, and knowing the time of day. It really helps to, like, watch Bitcoin for, you know, a week or two before you get into it. Like, that would help a lot. Because then you just, like, you see the trend every day. Like, for example, like, go to Coinbase.com and look at that chart instead. That's a really easy chart to look at on Coinbase. So on the front page of Coinbase, it'll have the chart of Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin on the website. And it's a really easy line chart to read, you know. And it shows you the trend, and you can look at today, you can look at 1 hour, you can look at well, 1 hour doesn't really help you see a trend at all, either does a day, to be totally honest. But every day that you look at it, when you look at the day trend, and then the next day and the next day, you start to develop your trend in your mind. And then you look at the week chart, the month chart, the all chart, you know. Take a look at that chart. And just look and see, like, the high points of the day, like start to study it, you know, and you kind of get, like, a general, but it doesn't always work. I do want to say that, like, that doesn't always work. The trend of the day, like today, it started going down at 9 a.m. Usually it goes up till from about 5 a.m. and this is Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so this is West Coast U.S. time. I'm just using that in. Technically, I'm in Arizona, so they would be like an hour. 1 hour before me. But at about 5 a.m. my time to 11 a.m. It's a rise. Okay, so this is a good lesson. Okay, so it's going down, right? It's going down rapidly, but look, there's no buyers. Look, there's no buyers. There's just barely any. There's 8. That's negligible. 5. So where is it going to end? So take a look at the aggregation. Open up the aggregation a little bit. There's 12 at 75.55. That's not a lot. People could jump in there at any time, but let's see. 77.50. There's a good amount. 12 there, 9 there. A lot of sellers. Still going down. Going on down now. Get it going on down now. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, so once in a great while I like to say nah. Not that I was ever a farmer or anything. Like, I wouldn't know the first thing about that, but I like to say nah once in a while. Also spent some time in Fort Knox, Kentucky. Nah, so I heard a lot of that. Good old Fort Knox. And I did. I worked in front of the gold depository for a little bit. For a few days. They used to have, if you Google Earth, the Fort Knox depository, let's see. They were slightly southwest by about maybe a mile. There's this little clear region, and you can see, like, one little warehouse, but there used to be a bunch of warehouses there. And we'd load up furniture, and guy told me once, he's like, so Yeah, this furniture we're loading up won't be used for 10 years. This was back in 2000, 2005. So they just used them 2015. They're like, yeah, that's what the Army does. They buy furniture. They'll buy stuff, you know, like tables, furniture, what have you. And then they won't use it for 10 years. So they buy it in advance, like 10 years in advance. I don't know if it saves them money or what that's all about. But I didn't really look into it. But it was right in front of the gold depository. All those these big wooden, big long wooden rectangular storage facilities. And you would think, is there arms in there? Is there bombs in there to protect the gold depository? No, sir, you would be wrong. There is furniture, a whole mess of furniture in there. So no, nothing getting defended by those. Oh, and Spice Cake. And Steven Seagal's Under Siege 2. Or maybe it was just the first one, Under Siege. But either way, there was a VHS tape of Steven Seagal's Under Siege, and there was Spice Cake as well. So you might think, hey, is there bombs in there? Is there guns in there? Is there a tank inside? No, sir. Spice Cake, Steven Seagal, and furniture. Very, very unexciting stuff. Oh my god, it's going down. Boom! It broke right through 77.46. Pow! Get it out of here. Get it out of here. Get me my 77.21. I'll be happy. Boom! Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is patience. Patience wins the day trading game. Come on, come on, come on. Give me that 77.21. Do I gotta go up a few bucks? I'll go up a few bucks if I gotta. Let's do it. God, why is it doing that lately? Oh, it's because I'm using Chrome. Ugh, that's not helping me. Oh, I got something in my eye. Yeah, let's buy it at 77.30. I hope that's not being impatient. I don't think it is. Let's buy it at 77.30. I think that's a good price. That's a good price. Shake on it. We'll spit in our hand. Shake. 77.30. You know, you go to Circle K. You go to your gas station. There's, what's there? You know, you got chips. You got smokes. You got, sometimes liquor. You got, Polar Pops. You know, those fountain drinks. When you go up, when you get your Slurpee and you go up to the counter at Circle K, at you know, whatever your convenience store is where you are, and they say that's going to be $1.15 or whatever, you say, let me do 108. You tell them 108. You tell them 108. Don't fuck around. $1.15 for your Slurpee? Kidding me? Oh man, you're breaking my balls. Ugh. Today I'm feeling pretty generous. Today I'm gonna do 109. Let's do 109. Call it even. Put it in the system. Beep 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 in the debit card machine or whatever. $1.09. Hell, don't pay with debit. Bring $1.09. Say I ain't got any more. All right, guys. So I bought at 77.30. I think it might dip a little bit more. Maybe I bought too soon on that one. Eesh. Yeah, I did. Ouch. Could have probably got it for 77.21, huh? Hey, well, that just goes to show. You know, you say, I want $1.08 for that Slurpee. How about $1.08? You know what I mean? Not $1.15. And you know what? They might have gone down to $1.05. They might have gone down to $1.05, right? So I missed. So far, I'm missing $21, $20. Not too bad, right? You know, 3 cents. Saved yourself. You saved yourself some money. That's okay. You tell them you tell them, you know, I could have got it at 5. You know, hey, that's the first thing you learn in economics too. You guys ever take an economics class? One of the first things your professor will tell you, first things you'll learn in an economics 101 class, as every buyer has their own price, so you can actually make more money. Like, so let's say you make lamps, right? Let's say you make lamps, and you peddle them on the street, or you peddle them in your store, right? So somebody comes into your store, they're all $10 each. All the lamps are $10 each, right? You sell 4 of them that day, you made $40, okay? So, but let's say you don't have a price tag on them. So somebody comes in and they're wearing ratty shoes. They don't look like they got a lot of money, right? So you tell them $8. And then some guy comes in and, you know, he just drove up in front of your store in a Lambo. He says, dude, I'm getting laid tonight. I got this woman in my Lambo. She will not do anything with me tonight unless I have a lamp. I don't know why I don't have a lamp, because I have a Lamborghini, but I don't have one. Don't have a lamp. So you tell that guy, oh, it's going to be $20, man. It's going to be $20 for this lamp. So you just made yourself more money, right? Instead of making $20 for 2 lamps, you just made $28. Or you could have just made just $20, because if you had told the guy that had the ratty shoes $10, he might have walked out of your store and went to the next one. Ooh, man, I missed out. Yeesh. It's going to go way down. Holy crap. Let me check the news. Let me check Bitcoin news. Maybe there's a reason. Check some Bitcoin news. Let's see what we got. Nothing really going on. I guess it's just a day people want to get rid of their Bitcoin. Which is weird too. It's a Friday, so usually oh, there it goes. It's starting to come back up. Although that's just a resurgence from that's forming a shadow. Still a lot of sellers. I should have waited a little bit, but it's not too big a deal. Like, I plan on, like, turning this around, trying to sell it for 79. What did I well, let's check the highs of the last 2 days. So the high of yesterday would have been, can I do that 15-minute? No, I cannot. No, I cannot. High yesterday we got to about 79.86 ish. Can't really get it exact. That's why I don't like candle charts as much, because you can't get it exact. Like, you know, you mean like where am I? Am I on the tip or am I not? God, that sounds like a sexual innuendo. So 79.76 ish today. So there seems to be a recurring theme there of approximately, let's say, $10. Do 79.70. Sell it. Boom. Get off my hands. Get the fuck out of here. Get it out of here. Oh, man. So that'll be some pretty decent, some pretty okay profit. Not too bad. Nothing too crazy. I suspect it might not get back to 79, 79.70 anytime soon. I think it might, it might before the end of the night, like a 6 p.m. kind of high deal. So what happens a lot of times is there's a 5 p.m. dip. Yesterday apparently it was at 3 to 4. But a lot of the times, like, you'll see that the 5 to 6 p.m. right here, this block, as a dip, as a you know, as a black shadow instead, or in gdax's case, an orange shadow. But black shadows are dips technically. So today was it? Yesterday was at 3 to 4. That's okay though. Like I said, the trends are almost always the same, but they're off by a couple hours. So a lot of times, like what happens is there'll be a trend for like 3 days. You know, like you'll see almost the exact same up and down dips for the most part. I mean, of course, every day is different. Every day is unique, but. And then like on the fourth day, you'll be all ready for it. You know, you'll be like, okay, it's gonna dip exactly at this time, right? And it doesn't. You know what I mean? It doesn't. So you end up screwing yourself, and you buy it, and then it dips further. So you're like, oh well, you know, but you can't win them all. Like you just can't. Like you can't see what's on the next around the corner in terms of trading. So it's still going down. That's pretty unfortunate. It's still not too big of a deal though, because I last time I sold it was at 78.17. That wasn't too high. I wanted it to be higher, but it just didn't. Today's a little bearish, to be totally honest. Ooh man, it's dumping. Let me see. I like to check out like Bitcoin news, the various Reddits. To see, you know, if there's any kind of like something going on. China's central television warns of the risks of cryptocurrency over-the-counter trade. I suppose that would be risky because China is full of scammers. China's like the biggest scam country I think I've ever. And then I would probably say Russia. China, then Russia. But even still, if you're Russian, I'm sorry, but it's just like maybe a quarter of that, a tenth of China. China is just unbelievable scammers, and I'm not calling all Chinese. Absolutely not. Of course not. I was a geographer in college. I love the world. I love the people. I know all about all kinds of crazy things that are totally not relevant or useful most of the time. But man. China, holy crap. Even Steam, even video games. Like you play like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, it's nothing but like Chinese cheaters, so that they can like sell all the items and make money. So that doesn't surprise me, but that's not causing a dip. Oof. Looks like we might have a bearish weekend, gentlemen. Perhaps. We'll have to see. I could have just caught the dip a little early, so I was waiting for it to dip pretty good. I got it at a fairly comfortable price. 77.30 is not bad, and if I can sell it at 79.70, oh, Chrome. So my I actually have this open in Chrome right now in gdax, and I have Firefox open too, so I can cruise the interwebs, the World Wide Web. That newfangled experiment they got going on, and I don't like Chrome. I don't like anything about Chrome. I think the only good thing about Chrome is the translation feature, that you can just translate an entire web page right off the bat. That's amazing. Like that's cool. So if you go to like a Chinese website, you can just read it. That's great. Firefox can translate, but you have to like select the text and then hit translate, whereas Chrome can just do the whole website. So, I mean, it does, like, you know, even the weird characters, you know, like, and hyperlinks and stuff like that will be translated as well. But the reason why I'm using it is just so I can just capture gdax here and record this, you know, stream it, rather. But, like, it seems like every time I click on my price, it wants to go somewhere, just, like, open this new page. And Firefox doesn't do that. So like whenever I double click this to cancel it, what I'm doing is that when you cancel it, it's done, right? And you get your money back or your Bitcoin back. So it's immediate. It's good. And if it doesn't give you it immediately, you just reload. You just refresh the page. Just hit F5 and it just refreshes it, and it'll be up there, either your money or your Bitcoin, depending. But I double click it because if you just cancel it, it'll leave this up here and it'll just say canceled. In the status, and then you actually have to click it away So I think that's just useful, like if you want to remember like what your last cancellation was, you can adjust your price accordingly or your order, what have you. But I don't like it on there at all, so like I just double click it to get rid of it, and when I double click this, it just brings up some new tab, and I don't like it. You guys probably actually don't see the new tab that comes up, or I think it just opens up a whole new or changes this whole page. So that's very inconvenient. Very much so. If I would be allowed to say that. Big discrimination. Yeah, that recent coup of Bitcoin. Yeah, it got down to 5,800, something like that. Yeah, it's coming on back up. It's coming back up. It will. It's not a big deal. I missed out on some bucks. You know what I mean? Cool. Cool. I would have loved to get it at 76, 70, or 76.65, but that's all right. Like I said, one of my purchases yesterday, I got it right on the shadow. I felt so lucky. Like I just typed in a somewhat arbitrary price based on like what the previous dip was yesterday, and where did I get it? I think it was this one. No. Yeah, I got it on this one, I think. What did I buy it for? Let me see. 77.64. So it must have been on this one, I think. Yeah, so I got it like right here or something. I can't remember which dip it was, but I got it on the shadow dip, which is kind of rare, you know. Like you have to be like kind of lucky to get it on the shadow dip, because like you're either gonna get it or you're not, you know, and you're likely not gonna get it. Like as a shadow, like to actually put it on the as a shadow dip, you know, and bid so low that it could be a shadow dip. You're obviously, you know, having a pretty low statistical chance of getting that buy. But I got it, and I was like, digging it. Yeah, so like I said, yeah, the exchanges are all a little different, you know, like it just not much. You know, you can go on one exchange and look at the price, and Bitcoin will be this, that, or the other thing. It just depends. It's all about the same price though. Like nobody's gonna, you know, like because if gdax was like Bitcoin was at like $10,000, um, obviously that would be quite a discrepancy in terms of the average price of Bitcoin, and it's just not gonna happen. Like the market wouldn't let that happen. You know what I mean? Like the market just wouldn't let that happen. Like everybody knows the price of Bitcoin, like at the time, and they would all just sell or they would buy it, and it would just regulate it right back. So speaking of that, Wall Street is getting is getting more and more into Bitcoin. At the in December, the CME group is going to start a Bitcoin futures and a Bitcoin exchange, like of Wall Street level. You know, so I'm not saying like nobody out there right now has you know, hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars invested into Bitcoin, because I'm sure there are for sure. Obviously there are, but nobody's got the money that Wall Street does. You know what I mean? Like they got millions to throw. They just got millions. You know, it's not even it's not even comparable, right? Because you got these corporation level money, and so what they're gonna do is they're gonna raise the price because they're gonna buy the shit out of it. Because it's, I mean, how hard would it be to sell Bitcoin, right? Oh, it's up like $2,000 in like 4 months or 2 months, you know, whatever. Shit, I'll buy that. Of course it's going to sell. So that's going to raise the price. However, what Wall Street does when they get into something is they'll not regulate it, but they'll take away the volatility, because with millions of dollars, you could have stop trades at different levels. You could have stop orders at all these different levels. And so if the price of Bitcoin was going to crash by $2,000, let's just say it was going to do that. and there wasn't Wall Street in it. It's going to crash to 2000. It's going to crash $2,000. You know what I mean? It's going to go down to $5,000 or whatever. Okay, but with Wall Street in it, they would buy that dip well before it got to $5,000. They would just start pumping millions, right? And it would just go right back up. It wouldn't even get halfway close before they would start to back up. So I don't know if you guys have ever like tried like day trading like stock. If you haven't, you should definitely look at a at least at a simulator, like a website that has a simulated, because gdax has a I don't think they have a simulator, but you can look at the market. You can look at the market if you don't have a gdax account. All right, so you can watch the price. And when you watch an actual stock, like a stock exchange, it doesn't go up much and down. Like it'll be hard. Like it looks hard. Like when you're looking at it, you're just like, I have no, like, where would I even put my price in at, and where would I even sell at? Because this is moving up by like 3 pennies. Like, I don't understand how I would even make money on this, because Wall Street takes the volatility out of shit. Because if it went up $1, people would have bought it well before it went up to $1. People would have started buying it when it was buying and selling when it was 10 cents. You know, they don't let it move much before they start buying. If it went up 10 cents, people are gonna be dumping stock, right, and making tons because they have millions into it. So 10 cents times millions, you know what I mean? And then if it went down 10 cents, people would be buying millions. So they take the, like I said, they take the volatility out of it, which kind of sucks, because for me, I love the volatility. How I learned to day trade and love the volatility. You know what I mean? Because the volatility is awesome. If it moves up $150 and I sell it, I make money. And then if it goes back down $150 and I buy it, I just made money. So that's good, you know? That's good, you know, because if it only went up and down pennies, it would cost you so much to get into Bitcoin. It'd cost you too much. You wouldn't make any money by selling it back and forth. That's why Litecoin is kind of a good deal, because it's such low price. But look at the volatility of it. It's pretty good. Like $69. It's down to 67.73. So that's only a difference of like what was that, $1.75 or something? Let's call it $1. Let's call it $2. Let's call it $2. So you can easily make a different trade of $2 on Coinbase at least once a day. On gdax with Litecoin, I mean. And so if you had like, if you just had $1,000, you know, and you bought in to Litecoin, $1,000 divided by 67. I should have my calculator up. Let's just say 14, 15 Litecoin. I don't know. You guys are probably doing the math in your head. So that's not too bad, right? So you have 15, and if the price moves by $2 and you sell it, you know, that's $30, which doesn't seem like a lot, but $30 is almost half the price of a Litecoin. So that's going to give you 0.5 more Litecoin. So now you have 15.5. So now next time you make a sale, the modifier is now, it's like you're playing a damn arcade game or a pinball machine. You now have a modifier of 15.5. So you're going to make a little bit more. And then you'll have 16. And so it's easy to stack Litecoin. So I'm actually going to get back into Litecoin. I used to trade it a couple months ago. And then with the whole bullish Bitcoin thing, I just kind of moved over. But I'm actually just going to diversify here soon. So on the 23rd, I'll have like, so there's like 700. Not 700 Litecoin if I did, holy crap. But $700. So I'll be able to buy like 11 point some odd Litecoin. Yeah, I can understand how, like, if you're investing millions and it's too volatile, then that would be bad. But it could also be outrageously good at the same time. But I get it. Like, I get the volatility will keeps away the billionaires kind of thing. Keeps them on their yachts. eating dicks in international waters on their yacht. Woo! International water. No fucking rules. Ton of sellers. That is interesting. That's a lot of Bitcoin. It might, man. It might. It's a lot, dude. 268. Holy crap. That might just disappear, though. You never know. I mean, the order book isn't the future. For sure. It's just not. I mean, that might go away. That might even be intimidation tactics, you know, to draw the price down. Because here's the thing: if you had like pretty much millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars, whatever, you had a huge disposable income. You could kind of do that. See this 200, like, let's say you own 268 Bitcoin, right? And you had a bunch of cash left over, okay? So if you put this bid here, it kind of fears people into, what it does is it fears people into putting their Bitcoin below yours, right, to sell it. Because if you're sitting here and you want to sell your Bitcoin and you're desperate to sell it at 77.27, like, that shit ain't happening for a while, you know? Like, that would give you, that would intimidate you, right? Because you know that this guy has to sell, or all this Bitcoin has to sell first. So it puts people in front of the line, right? They take their order out, they put it in front of it, they put it somewhere down here. Not always. I mean, I'm just saying it theoretically could. Kind of bullshitting here, but... And then, when the price goes down, because of how much Bitcoin you have there for sale, price is going to go down a little bit. All these people are selling. And then these buyers don't want to go in there, right? Because they see this buy wall, right? So they're like, screw that. I don't want to buy in right now because it's only going to go up like 20 bucks. Or now it's like 40, but whatever. So then that scares them away. So then you have all these little tiny amounts that sell quickly. Boom. And get that price out of there. And you could put a shitload of money down and buy a bunch of Bitcoin. So you could have Bitcoin up here ready to sell, and then Bitcoin down here ready to buy when it dips. You could keep that up for a while. Depends. I mean, possible. Yeah, in terms of a dip this weekend, it might. It might. I think I'm gonna keep my price right there, though. I'm a holder, kind of. You know, I like to day trade. I like to micro trade and stuff, but I'm not gonna play the. You know, I'm not gonna play that. I'm not gonna play that sell before you know, sell early game. That shit ain't happening. Nope. This kind of thing just doesn't worry me, though. I mean, when it goes below, so I mean, it's way below where I bought it, right? It just doesn't. I mean, it kind of sucks because I got to sit here and wait for it, or do something else, which I probably will. But it just doesn't bother me because Bitcoin just gets thrashed all the time by something. Something comes along that's going to beat. Oh, it was Ethereum. It was Bitcoin Classic. You know, Segwit's gonna kill it. This, that, or the other thing. The China ban's gonna kill it. Mount Gox is gonna kill it. Just doesn't happen. So either way, it's gonna go back up. You got a price for 78.50? Here's the thing, I don't mean to give out like um personal advice because I wouldn't want to tell somebody the wrong thing, you know what I mean? But here's what I'll say. Um every $1,000 there is this very high uncertainty, right? And people don't want to see. Look. It almost got to 7,000 by like a cunt hair. $25 yesterday. By the skin of a cat's ass. $10, maybe five. And it starts to get really uncertain at that point, and people don't want to pay that much, and so the sellers realize that, so they'll sell just before 8,000. Because they know at any moment it's going to start dipping right back down because it's too high, right? So if you had bought right there, or you want to sell up there, you know, like it's otherwise it's gonna dip out under you. So so 8,000, it's gonna do the same thing, and it has. Look, so it almost gets there, and then finally it'll breach it. And usually the day that it breaches it, it actually goes quick over it, right? Because once people go over it, it'll kind of go down, and then people will just start pounding money in. Once they realize that it's over 8,000 and that it's going to go over 8,000, it'll jump up. Like I've seen it like $150, you know, like 81.50 that day would be the high, you know, and it's usually a shadow. So it wasn't like a permanent price, but so that's why I put my price at 79.70 because it will get back to 79.70. I'm almost certain. There's just no reason. Bitcoin has never given any reason to believe it always goes up until it doesn't. You know what I mean? So take that as you will. It's a great quote. I don't remember even who said that or anything, but I've seen it all over Reddit. It always goes up until it doesn't, you know? But so that's why I have it set all the way up there, right? Because if it goes to 78.50, it's going to keep going. It's going to get to 8,000. To that little region just below 8,000, like $10 or less. So I have it 79.70, which is a pretty fair it's a pretty fair price. I could probably put it up to like 79.90. Maybe I should and just try to wait it out. But I don't really want to play with it too much. I don't want to like test it. Let's take a look at the high today. If we can go 5 minutes. No, we can't. Yeah, like 79.73. So 79.70. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty confident. Yeah, exactly. Once it crosses it, it blasts past it. Yeah, but for like several days, it won't cross it. It won't cross 8,000. And that's true. It's true almost every time I've seen it. I've seen it go past 7. I've seen it go past 6, 5, 4, and it just always does this little dance just below it. And then the day that it does get past it, people are like, okay, I'm in. And then just so much money goes into it, and it'll go up like $150. Sometimes maybe just 50. I've actually have seen it a lot of times about $50. Like, you know, it'll be like 8,056, and then it'll go down for a little while, and then there'll still be a little bit of uncertainty, like, because people are like, oh, is it going to go back over 8,000 now? I'm not sure. And then people start to sell a little bit lower, and then it'll blast past. So it's kind of weird. It's like this little, it's like a marmot looking out of its hole and not sure, you know, if there's danger out there. Like a scared critter. So yeah, I don't know. So, you know, now that I think of that, maybe I should put it at like 78 or like at 8,000, like $20 or something. Let me look here. See if I can see it on $10 aggregation. 8,000, there's a lot. Of course, there always is. But not a lot in the 80/40s. That's interesting. That might be a good place to position yourself. Ooh, tempting. It is tempting. It might take me a couple days to get there, though, so that's kind of what I'm worried about. I'll leave it at 70, 79, 70. Yeah. Yeah, it might have got over 8,000 at some point. Definitely not on gdax, though. Because even with the upper shadows, it still only reached... it still only reached like 70, 79, 95, maybe? God, that's hard to tell. 79, 90? So it didn't on gdax. But it very well could have on like Bittrex or something, or Kraken, if it's even still alive. Because Kraken is... Oh god, Kraken is awful. Yeah, I know what you mean. It happens once in a while. But now what I would recommend, let me just hard quote that, because God, I don't want anybody... Like I want to give good advice, and I want to show cool, you know, like cool stuff and me trading, and I want to try to give advice, but I don't want to give... It's weird when somebody's like, hey, what price should I buy at? Or hey, what should I, you know, when should I do it? And I can't tell you that, you know, like I don't want to tell you that, you know. I don't want to be like, oh, you should buy in at 7,800 and then the price dipped down to 7,400 for the next 4 days, you know. I can't do that, you know. I can just tell you what I'm going to do, and what I'm going to do is keep it just below 8,000, and it's the likeliness of it selling is quite high in my opinion. I mean, hell, I mean, I sold for 79.79. At one point, I sold it for, let's see, 78.55, 78.17. So yeah, I only sold it once at 79.79. That's okay. It'll get back up there. I missed a high point of the day. That was early this morning. That's okay though. How much is Ripple right now? $0.22. Yeah, I might. Altcoins are always good. Um, you know, if they go up, but altcoins are like penny stocks, though. I haven't looked into Ripple much. Um, you know, something that I was thinking about, um, hold on, is Quark. Quark coin. So, the the reason why, so I'm not saying Ripple couldn't go anywhere. You know, it might. It obviously did at one point. Um, if you look at the charts, it got up to what, 36 cents per share per coin. So not too bad. Ripple, not too bad. So if it goes back up, yeah, you'll make a lot of money. But here's the thing: Quark right now is just an unbelievably low price. Um, and hold on. Sorry, my talking right now is pretty bad. I'm just trying to like work on like multiple things. So there's this new miner out right now, and it's called the Baikal Giant X10. I was thinking about getting one. However, I'm watching it closely, and the price, the cost, its profit rather, is dipping fast. And for a while, it was getting like $50 a day mining Quark coin. So it was I think it's one of the first miners to be like truly multi-compatible. So it can crunch like 7 different algorithms all at like 10,000 megahash. So it can do let me see. It can do a lot. So it can do a lot. You can look it up. But right now it's crunching qubit on nice hash at about $30.91 a day. So it was crushing out Quark at $50 a day. So that means like somebody somewhere is mining the ever-loving shit out of Quark coin. So, and with the new Baikal Giant miner out, the X10, that's like the first miner I've ever seen that is actually mining Quark coin. Like what else even mines Quark coin? Like, I mean, if you can answer that question, then like I would maybe go out and buy one. You know what I mean? So it's the answer is the Baikal Giant X10, and so it was like the only thing mining Quark coin like at a really good rate, other than just like some crappy computer somewhere. So obviously somebody's been buying the shit out of it, and some people have rather. And since the Baikal Giant X10 is good at it, that could raise the price. You know what I mean? Like that could like get people interested in Quark coin. Right now, it's mining qubit at $30 a day, but the Quark was mining $52 a day like 3 days ago. So it has since dropped off. So we'll see. Let me check the price. Like a few days ago, Quark coin was at 10 cents, and now it's down to like 72 hundredths of a cent. So it did drop. Yeah, so it did drop, but it's something to look out for. It really is. Ripples all over the place. Like a couple days ago, it was, or earlier today, it was 22 cents. Got up to 23. The day before that, it was 25, 27 cents a share. Yeah, it could be a good investment. I'll see why not. Well, it might be the end of trading day for me. We got a pretty fairly bearish day. That's okay, you know. So it's just diving today, and might come back up at the end of the night. I figure by maybe by like 10 o'clock tonight, like in maybe like 7 or 8 hours, it should it might be back up to where it was. If not, I'll check out on it in the morning and see where I'm at. But I think I'm going to end the stream here. I really thank you for swinging by, having a conversation with me. That's always cool. I might try this next time on Twitch. See if I get some more people in here. So I guess I'm not really about like playing, you're doing it to a huge crowd. I don't really care, but no more conversation is nice. Yeah, man. Hope the Ripple thing works out for you. I might get into an altcoin. I think I might maybe Quark coin, maybe Quark or Qubit. Because that new Baikal Giant X10 miner is on the top of the profit for Nice Hash, and Nice Hash is a huge mining pool, and not the biggest, but it's big, and so that's gonna like that's a mental impression because people are gonna be checking that profit, and they're gonna see how much more profit it is than an S9 miner, and they're gonna be like, "What is this?" And they're gonna check it out. They're gonna check out Coin. They're gonna check out Qubit, and when they see it, they buy it, and that might raise the price. So that's my two suggestions: Qubit and Coin. Coin, I don't, whatever, but I guess that's my suggestion. I think I might put in some money to it. Give it a shot. I'll see you guys later though.